welcome to the Rolled Standard. I am Christopher, again. I was always Christopher. And we are doing something a little different today. This is the first of a new ritual, let's call it. Let's not call it that. It sounds like a cult now.
I mean...
Kill everybody.
Pretty
Everybody
close.
must die.
Wow. Anyway, we are doing something new. We are playing a game called Vaesen, or Vaesen, however you want to pronounce it. I've heard it Vaesen, I've heard it Vaesen, I've heard it a lot of other wrong ways. Ultimately, learning a little bit of Swedish, I determined that it is pronounced Vaesen, and we're going to do something that we've never done before as a character creation episode. I am going to be the game master for our eventual sessions for this, and I'm joined, of course, by the guy on my left, who's staring at the ceiling.
Hello.
What's your name, son?
Sorry, I was listening to the floor. I'm Levi.
Anything else?
No.
Okay.
This is character creation.
That's fair, that's fair.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jake.
Hi, Jake.
I'm Nate.
Yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So the premise here is I'm gonna give you as much of the premise as I can give you without telling you anything about the story.
Ooh, spoiler
Ultimately,
free.
we're going to, synopsis.
Oh, no.
We're gonna try. No, and it's fine because they'll hear it when they hear it. So we are going to send John Cena to 19th century Sweden, specifically Uppsala. And the details around all of that, you will see as you see them, or hear as you hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you guys any more preface into that.
I really want to
fair.
spill the beans.
So, and we will once the time is right.
We know no beans. I know no beans.
So, ultimately, during our character creation, we're going to start every round of details with John, because he's already an established character with details.
No, I have stage fright.
So
That's okay.
Table fright.
Yeah, so he's gonna have
Tables.
probably a more limited.
Selections.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because of who he definitely already.
They're going to be
is.
more guided selections for him.
That makes sense to me.
So, the first thing that you do immediately is choose an archetype. And we've already determined for John to be the hunter. And the options here, and your archetype is your class. The options here are academic, doctor, hunter, occultist, officer, priest, private detective, servant, vagabond, and writer. Upon review of these, I gave Jake the option of either making John a hunter or an officer due to his quasi-military training. But hunter
it
makes
makes
more
sense. Yeah, because he hunts monsters.
Plus,
on
the
a
things that the
regular.
hunter gets seem very John.
I
as
don't
well,
know.
if I can
Yeah,
remember.
I
the
don't know.
things that you get out of these, you get a main attribute, which in John's case is precision. And what that means specifically is that you will be able to put more points into that. Okay, so specifically,
I got some good eyeballs.
right, that is that is your main attribute, precision. And there are 4 attributes, them being physique, precision, logic, and empathy. Each attribute has a value between 2 and 5, which determines the number of dice you're going to roll when attempting things that depend on that attribute in question. You may distribute points according to your age between attributes, and the minimum value is 2 and the maximum of 5, except for your main attribute, which in your case, again, precision, will have a maximum value of 5. So for now, you just need to know that your archetype is hunter, your main attribute is precision, your main skill is going to be ranged combat, and those work the same way. You can go between 0 and 5. The amount of skill points you get is going to be based on your age for everybody.
Oh, based on age.
Yes. Yep. So each skill will have a value between 0 and 5 that you can put them to. At the start of the game, you cannot have more than 2 in any skill, except for your main skill, which will allow you to have 3 in. That's pretty much it. You'll have a choice of 3 talents for John, which are Bloodhound, Herbalist, and Marksman, which we'll break down once we get into our talent selection. You'll have 2 to 4 resources, which is really just like an abstract perspective of your wealth, in a way, or lack thereof. And then you'll have a choice of equipment between a few things. But we'll deal with that when we get there. So, you went hunter. And then, Nate, what did you pick for your archetype?
The academic.
Okay. With that, your main attribute will be logic. Your main skill will be learning. Your talent selection will be from bookworm, erudite, and knowledge is reassuring. Your resources will be 4 to 6, and your equipment will deal with when we get there.
Awesome.
Levi, what did you pick?
I picked the servant.
Okay. And with that being said then, your main attribute will be physique. Your main skill will be force. Your talent selection will be loyal, robust, or tough as nails. Resources 2 to 4, and equipment, again, we'll revisit that. That's the very first decision all made now. The next thing that you guys are going to do is choose an age for this character. Again, we'll start with John, and the 3 options are young, middle-aged, and old. Young being 17 to 25. You can't play a kid. That's considered a 17-year-old kid, which I do. Consider a 25-year-old kid, to be honest. Middle-aged, 26 to 50, and old being 51 plus. Now, we know that John is definitely between 26 and 50, wouldn't you say, Jake? And that's actually a good point. He could be considered young because this is, well, the time that he left is 1962. Now, we saw John Cena created in 1960. Well, not created, but created for the show in our Fate Core playthrough.
Yes.
And in 1965 with our Monster of the Week playthrough. That gives us a 5-year window, which I figured 1962 makes the most sense.
Are you young?
Yeah.
I think John's young.
Oh my!
You want to make him young? So he's
Wait, God, he does mention in one of the episodes. But it was a
I think
throwaway line.
middle-aged.
He says 38
I don't think he's
to a
that old,
bartender.
He could easily be lying.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was assuming.
And dumb.
So he's
dumb,
he's
yeah.
in the young bracket. Then.
Young bracket? Okay, so you're going to end up with 15 attribute points.
Okay.
So we want to write those down. And 10 skill points. So in other words, you're more capable, but less skilled. So, Nate, for your academic, what age do you feel that he belongs to?
I think he's definitely young. He's
Okay.
probably I haven't decided between like 18 and 22. I think is where we're at.
Okay, so yeah, again, 15 attribute points and 10 skill points. And there's a spot for your age up in there too, at the top of your character sheet. And then Levi, for your servant,
47.
47, so you're middle-aged. So you'll have 14 attribute points and 12 skill points. Next thing then, choosing a name. John Cena, what do you want your name to be?
Jonathan Cena, but you can call him John.
Okay, great.
Very good.
We already do that. Nate, you have a name for your
Absolutely.
academic, your young academic.
His name is Timothy Allen Masters.
Timothy Allen Masters. I like that a lot.
Masters.
Master Matt. Ooh.
jeez.
And his
Levi-
name's also Tim Allen. So,
That's beautiful. I like that a lot. Levi, what about your name for your servant?
My guy's name is Oli Svensson.
Oh, that's very Swedish. I appreciate that.
yes, that's good.
Okay, the next thing you guys are going to do is distribute your attribute points according to your age. Again, you already have those numbers written down. So go ahead and do that. And remember your main attribute for your class. I hope that you guys have marked that.
Yes.
I think mine's
What's the
physique.
max that you can put in?
3 into your most important, your precision, but I can't go above 2 in anything else.
That is correct.
And I have 15 of these bad rides.
Yeah. So what do you do with the leftovers?
There are no leftovers. You allocate them.
Well, if you can't go above 2 in one of the blocks.
That's your skills.
Oh.
Oh.
There's no maximum in how much you
liar.
can put them in the attributes.
Okay. So
And to tell you what these are, and they're kind of obvious, but physique is a measure of how big and strong you are. It's the ability to take and deliver a beating, determines things like how long you can go without food or rest, and how easily you can lift a fallen tree trunk. Precision is a measure of your coordination and motor skills. Logic is your intellectual capacity, which you use to solve problems.
Oh my God.
Logic also measures how well educated you are.
Oh, no.
And can help you tackle certain scary situations. Empathy represents your ability to understand other people and to persuade, charm, or trick them. Empathy can also help you tackle certain scary situations.
I
know what I'm
guess
doing.
all of mine.
Yeah, I feel like you know what to do with John Cena on this.
all of mine depend on. So my main one is physique.
Okay, yep, so you're relatively, you're a servant. You're good at lifting and doing the labor and whatnot. You're good at chopping the wood,
Yeah.
chopping broccoli,
Chopping broccoli.
grinding that moon cabbage.
I feel like he wouldn't be very empathetic.
That's on you, really. All of these are, this is a very loose character creation, which I like. There are some hard mechanics, but they are very simple and open, which is already beautiful to see.
Okay.
What do you have for John Cena? Is your attributes just going down the line?
Physique is 5, precision is 6, logic is 2, and empathy is 2.
Okay. You can't put more than 5 in your main, and you can't put more
What?
than 4 in your not mains.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, 4 is your cap for the not, 5 is the cap for the main. The not.
So
the
the
not. You know what I'm saying.
so it's 4 in physique, 5 in precision, 3 in logic, 3 in empathy.
Perfect. That's great. And that's going to determine when rolling for those things. Let's say you're doing a physique roll, you're going to be throwing 4d6s. And all you're going to be trying to do is bring up 6s. So
Jesus.
if I tell you that you need a single success for this kind of thing, you're going to throw 4d6s and you need to get 1 6. If I'm going to tell you something is a little more difficult and you need to give me 2 successes, you're going to need to produce 2 6s. However, let's say you produce 1 and the other 3 don't matter, right? Because it doesn't matter what they are.
Right.
Not 6s. And you want to try harder. You can push that roll. And pushing that roll will allow you to re-roll all of your non-6s, and then you'd be able to potentially succeed that
Oh, man.
for the price of a condition.
Oh man,
makes
I'm
sense.
liking it already.
And there's no hit points in this game. Essentially, you have those conditions that you see on the right side of your character sheet. Once you have 3 of those filled up in either of the 2 categories, physical or mental, and you gain a 4th one, you gain broken. What?
Broken?
Yeah, but broken is at that point you're gonna die if you don't fix this.
Dang.
Oh shit! I got you now.
Yep. So essentially that's it. There's it's a
Actually, I
little
think
more detail than that.
I think I put the wrong ones in the wrong thing here, real quick. I might have.
I'm
It's
all
15 skill points and 10.
15 attribute, 10 skill.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh,
And Levi, of
so I
course.
did do it right.
So
Okay.
Levi, you get 14 and 12.
Yeah,
obviously.
14 and 12.
So it looks like you're done, Levi. What do you have picked for Oli?
For Oli, 5 in physique, 4 in precision, 3 into logic, 2 into empathy.
You're just strapping in lad. You don't give a shit.
Yep.
Strapping old man. I mean. And then Nate, what do you have picked for Masters?
3 physique, 3 precision, 5 logic, and 4 empathy.
Beautiful. Okay, that's great.
That's math.
So now we can distribute points to skills and resources according to your age.
I want to be different from this butler, so it's going to be
what do
logic
you
is
mean?
getting 2.
But
Oh,
I'm,
wow.
I'm a totally different guy.
So you got the smart dude, and then you got.
I'm
his
just kidding.
moron bodyguards. No.
Yeah.
I have no
No,
empathy.
I was just kidding.
You're
I was just
empathetic.
kidding.
In my physique, I'm ripped. I'm more ripped than you.
Yeah,
So,
I know you are,
At this
buddy.
point, then you go through your allocate those skill
And what's
points.
the
to-
max?
Up to 2.
For that yeah, it's 2.
That's the one that's.
3
yeah.
in your main.
3 in your main. You
3
got
in
it.
my main.
You got it
Yep.
figured out, brother.
And to remind you guys what your mains are, if you didn't write them down, ranged combat for John.
Learning for me.
Yep, and then force for Oli.
Oh, force for me.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 or 3 to the main one.
Yep, and then only up to 2 for the rest.
All right. So I'm gonna automatically just put 3 in there.
So an example of how those work, force uses physique, correct?
yes.
So you have 3 in force, and you have 5 in physique. If you have to make a force check or test force, you're throwing 3 plus 5. You're throwing 8d6.
Oh, jeez.
That- so, yeah.
Sick.
Dang,
That's
that's
exactly
dope.
how this works.
Oh.
And all skills, as you can see, have.
Oh, and I only have 12 of those bad rats.
That's true. So you're going to be great at something, but terrible at mostly everything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with this,
And the skills, honestly,
is it better to have a little bit in everything in this?
that
game
depends.
mode?
I guess it really depends.
It's how you want to play it. Do you want to play it with a little bit in everything, or do you want to play it as you're maxed out in certain areas?
Because whatever I put into that is an extra D8.
You're a butler. Consider that.
Yeah, think about playing
Yeah,
according
who
to his
you are,
role.
yeah.
Like Nate, you're an academic. You're going to be thinking about stuff that he'd be good at with that role in mind. John is a hunter. You know, he's got specific things. And then the skills list for the listeners, and there are 12 of them, and each one of them is based on an ability or an attribute. The 3 for physique are agility, close combat, and force. The 3 for precision are medicine, ranged combat, and stealth. The 3 for logic is investigation, learning, and vigilance. And the 3 for empathy is inspiration, manipulation, and observation. And I'm sure that you can tell what those do by what they
Got mine.
Okay, what you got, John?
All right, I put 2 in agility, 3 in my main range combat, 2 in investigation, 1 in vigilance, and 1 in inspiration.
Beautiful.
I got mine here too.
All right, what you got, Nate?
I went 2 in medicine, 1 in stealth, 2 in investigation, 3 in learning, 1 in vigilance, and 1 in observation.
Beautiful. Levi, you got yours selected?
I'm chiseling away, man.
Okay. well,
It's a kind of a tough decision
Yeah.
for some of those. I do like that weird limitation there when you're sitting here and you're like, oh man, some of these are so important.
Can't just
it
slap
sounds.
them all into one
right.
thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, I do have, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, because I think my thumb was covering it, but 1 in close combat.
Okay.
That makes
That
sense.
makes a lot of sense, yeah. Another thing that we decide in this same thing, because you can spend your skill points on them, is your resources.
Okay.
Now, that might actually make a difference for you, because your class has range. Every class does. Like, for the servant, for example, his resource is 2 to 4.
Oh.
And I'll translate what these mean here in a second. But, John, for the hunter, yours is also 2 to 4. And academic is 4 to 6.
Oh, wow.
Now, considering your guys' the background stories that we kind of posited,
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe you guys should not have to worry about spending skill points, and I'll allocate you in that track where I think it makes sense to.
You can do absolutely, man, if you want to
Only
do that.
because of what they are.
Yeah.
And the so example 2 to 4 for these two is poor, struggling, or financially stable, right?
Oh, okay.
So John, I think you should have a resource of 4, financially stable, because the department Hez. However, actually,
No, I wouldn't have anything.
you're gone. You are removed from them. So let's make you poor then.
I'm poor.
Because he doesn't.
Okay.
I
he
have
doesn't even have the
nothing.
current.
I'm
You have a
sent with my
resource value of
tools.
2.
He wouldn't even have like the like resources of the time. Either.
That's very true. Yeah, I mean he has like a
wouldn't have
weather
anything.
kit. He got
whether
sent
it's
with, but-
currency or anything.
Whatever the lowest is what I
That's-
got.
For you, that is what it is.
Yeah, I think
For the
that's-
poor is yeah. So a value. So you have a resource at 2, wherever that is. It's in there somewhere.
It's up on the top right.
Okay, and then for Nate, for Tim, I got to imagine so it's 4 to 6 is what it says, which is financially stable, middle class, and well off. He's a rich,
Well off.
Let's go well off. You
He's
don't
a
want to break beyond his
Fucking,
recommendations.
you gonna
Yeah.
buy John Boy a little snack? at the-
Absolutely not.
And then same for you, poor, struggling, or financially stable. He's your servant. He's probably paid well enough to be
Financially
okay.
stable,
I
I
was,
think.
I was thinking stable.
Yep, I was thinking that too. So you're not going to have to spend skill points to end up in these. You would have to. Yeah, you would both had to spend 2 points to get it because you started at the bottom of your range.
Oh,
and
damn,
you moved
yeah.
to get them up.
That makes
so
sense.
we're not going to do that though because I don't know why. I just think that makes sense. I don't know.
And
No, we always do this to the games. We give ourselves just like
We
Mork
give ourselves
Berg.
a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah.
so
yeah, you're
we,
right.
we put that
To
in
make the story
in the
make
resources,
sense.
or
Yeah, you would just write a 4 there in resources. John wrote a 2. Nate rates a 6.
I was gonna write a 0, but
not an
I'm
option.
okay with 2.
Oddly
and,
enough.
and I picked my skills.
Good.
And what are they?
Very
So
cool.
with agility, I picked 1. Close combat, I picked 2. Force, I picked 2. Medicine, 1. Stealth, 2. Investigation, 1. Manipulation, 2. Observation, 1.
Sweet.
Beautiful. That's
We
pretty
got a
well-rounded.
pretty good range. I like that a lot.
You
It's
know,
very cool.
More or less, because I don't have any empathy, but I'd like to manipulate you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yo, yeah, you just sound like a bodyguard more than a butler right now.
Hey,
Sound like more like me than anything.
I'm Alfred, essentially.
Yeah.
Very cool. A less cool Alfred. I got to stress that. I can't stress that enough.
I can't
Less
wait
cool.
You're
to.
Bruce and Alfred, but less cool.
Yeah, we're
Not
from.
as cool.
If you got
all
them
that
off of a
cool that
wish.
like you got sucked off of. I mean, that didn't sound right. all the
all
cool
that
that got
sucking
sucked
off.
out
Oh,
of
boy.
you, John absorbed.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
no, I
John
don't want to
Cena.
be a part of this.
You're John Cena. Yeah, I suppose all the cool sucking. Anyway, the next thing that you guys are gonna have to do now that you guys have distributed your skills and determined your resources is choosing a talent. Now, John, your options is Bloodhound, Herbalist, and Marksman. Now, what those do, Bloodhound gives you a +2 to vigilance when tracking your prey. Herbalist, by utilizing wild herbs, you can use medicine without having access to medical supplies. And Marksman, gain +2 to ranged combat on your first turn when successfully ambushing or attacking your enemy.
Dude, the medicine does make sense
Right,
now because of the
right.
fucking serum shit.
It does.
Yep.
But honestly, every single one of these makes sense.
Yeah.
And here's something, we're going to bring this up now since this is relevant now. You're not going to start out at level 1 characters. We do that a lot, and it's fine. However, John Cena has experience.
That's true.
So I'm going to start him off as, I don't know if levels is really a thing, but advanced twice. So technically level 3, we're not calling it levels.
Gotcha.
But level 3. And the rest of you two, just to make it so you're not a level 1 character running around with a level 3 character, you're both level 2.
I'm down with that.
I thought maybe.
I'm
so
down
you
with
guys
that.
have a little bit of experience. Maybe you've done something once.
Yeah.
But, you're needed to do this now.
Yeah,
at this
I've been
point.
babysitting this guy for 20 years.
Fair enough.
You're a little rusty.
I'm digging it.
So, John, which of those 3 do you want?
Oh, God. The marksman's +2 at the beginning of battle, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or,
if you successfully ambush or attack.
okay, and the bloodhound is just, I'm good at tracking.
Gain 2 to vigilance when tracking. Yep.
Is there a lot? Is there a lot of tracking? Because last time I took accounting and all that
Okay,
shit, and
Yeah, fair
I don't want to cuck myself
Yeah,
again
yeah.
here.
There very well could be because you're hunting something.
Okay, I will take the bloodhound then.
Okay, so gain 2 to vigilance when tracking your prey. And you can see there's a talent section on your character sheet, kind of halfway down on the left. Yeah, so bloodhound there. So next, Nate, for the academic, you have bookworm, erudite, and knowledge is reassuring. Bookworm is gaining +2 to learning when looking for clues in books or libraries. Erudite is you can pass a learning test to establish truths about places and phenomena in the game. You may know that a certain location is renowned for its glass blowers or that a gang of criminals operates in the area. Game Master judges what is appropriate and what is reasonable for you to know. You should not be allowed to make up things about Vaesen. Makes sense.
Okay.
Knowledge is reassuring is ignore conditions when making learning tests. So, in other words, if you were to take a learning test and fail it, or in a situation where you would gain a condition, you would ignore that. Actually, no, that's not what that is. It's the opposite. If you have conditions, mental conditions that would affect you from doing that, or
Ignore them when you're doing learning tests.
yeah, because you're just so innate, you can kind of plow through the mental anguish. Or
And we're
whatever.
going like a horror-esque type of feel to this, right?
It's a horror game.
Holy
yeah.
shit,
I mean,
this is going to be
I think
bonkers.
I think that might be the
All three of those
last
are great
one.
choices.
Yeah, right. I think the last one might be.
Knowledge is reassuring.
Yeah,
Ignoring the conditions. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then for old Oli here, old Oli, your options are loyal, tough as nails, and robust. Loyal is gain +2 on fear tests in the presence of someone you have sworn to protect, likely him. Tough as nails, gain +2 to force when fighting unarmed. Robust, you may ignore penalties for physical conditions on 1 roll per gaming session.
Ooh.
And that'll literally be per episode.
Yep.
Technically then.
Oh, this one's rough.
Right.
They all match your character,
And
though.
to give you some
definitely.
insight into what +2 means in these scenarios, when you're rolling that dice pool for that test, if that applies, you're adding 2 more dice. So in that situation where you were going to roll 8 dice, let's say you had a talent that was above
Damn,
that,
this is
you're rolling
fucking
10.
wild. You gotta get on that pressure cooker back there. Make
Yeah,
some more
just start
dice.
pumping. That's why I got so many D12s, D6s with me that I could apply the whole table with enough.
Holy shit.
Pressure
We're good.
cooker. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All right. So
Am I wrong?
What are you picking then for that there, Oli?
I'm gonna go with loyal.
Loyal. That sounds great. So you're going to gain +2 on fear tests in the presence of someone you have sworn to protect. And I got to imagine that's going to be Masters here.
Masters.
That's a great name, by the way.
Thank you.
So next thing we're going to do then is choose your motivation. Your motivation explains why you are willing to risk your own life to track down and fight Vaesen. It helps you play your character. Pick one of the suggested for your archetype or come up with your own. So we're just going to roundtable that.
Sure.
And I'm going to tell you the options. You can take one or just make up your own thing. So John, the hunter, motivation, there's 3 options. The thing that attacked my family must be destroyed. Doesn't apply to you. Not the case.
I have dads.
I think
I
he's
have
the only
dads.
one.
Barely.
I think he's the one who's already got a clear motivation in mind.
I want to hear him
Actually,
though.
that-
Let's hear him though for
Right.
the
Right.
listeners and
Second one
whatnot.
is living in tune with nature. Doesn't seem like what you're trying to do. Wants to bag some fantastic game. Take that as you will.
I was looking for the white whale.
But in your case, actually, since we know the story, your motivation is to literally, and it's going to be a spoiler.
No,
No, hold on.
Spoiler-free.
I know how to
you
know how to
know what
explain
it
it.
is.
I know how to explain it.
No, don't say nothing.
It
no,
is
you have to-
obviously because I've already mentioned that I've already mentioned that John does time travel at some point early on in the first Monster of the Week episode.
Very
so
true. Yep.
This is just him getting involved, and you'll know the real reason as soon as the episode
Exactly.
comes out.
This is what he was referring
Yes.
to.
Yep.
Yep.
So you know what to write then for John's motivation. We'll leave you to that.
I need invisible ink.
Well, you can see your own
Yeah,
paper. It's
you-
fine. Nobody can see it. So for the academic, your motivations are charting the unknown, proving my critics wrong, or becoming famous. And of course, your own thing if you want that to be the case.
I actually like those a lot, and I want to prove my critics wrong.
Very nice. Oli, for the servant, motivations are protecting my master, curiosity, and an urge to help humans and Vaesen alike. Feel like you know what you're picking.
I guess so.
Protecting your
man.
master,
Yeah.
right. We knew
Protecting your masters.
that. Next thing is
and-
your trauma.
And where does that go under?
Under motivation.
Okay.
Which is actually up here.
Oh, this is fucking crazy.
Right.
Love it.
So the next
My
thing,
trauma?
your
Oh,
trauma.
God, no.
So John, for the hunter, attacked by the branches of an ash tree wife, broke your leg in the forest but was guided home by a will-o-wisp. Captured at dawn by a mountain troll and was stuck in the petrified arm. Here's the
I
thing.
think
None
his
of these make sense.
I
No.
think his trauma is that he got sent back in time.
That's exactly it. No, there's no other option. You don't have a choice.
So for my motivation, I wrote down for trauma. It's sent back in time for motivation.
That's perfect.
Yes.
No, I love that. Okay.
Oh my
so
God.
That's solidified.
Oh my god.
Masters for the trauma. Vater, I think that's how you pronounce that. Vaettir. I'm calling it Vater. Until I know it's right. Until I know what it actually is.
Right.
Vader turned you into a rat. You were aged by the magic of a mermaid. Watched your partner being torn apart by a giant, or your own thing.
Ooh, aged by what was it?
Aged by the magic of a mermaid.
Oh man,
No, you're
I
young,
love
though.
I love the idea
that
of
make
him
sense?
having been old.
De-aging is a
De-aged
thing.
me.
I just think about humans and their flaws.
Yeah,
So he was
they are full of them.
Timothy Masters was
Like 90 at one point.
no, not that old. I'd say he was in his 30s probably.
De-aged.
De-aged.
Yeah.
I don't hate that at all. So you're actually a dude in his late 30s, but he looks like he's in his early 20s?
I like you being
I'm
turned into a rat as a punishment for whoever Vader was.
Yeah,
Vader is, I think, Vater maybe. It's a type of demon type. It's a Vaesen.
Yeah, you were punished because you were a little pompous asshole kid.
That's not a terrible
That's a good one,
idea.
Yeah,
too,
that's
though.
pretty good.
Yeah, I like
Shit.
that too.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Servant, then, for Oli. Your traumas are bitten by a brook horse.
What?
A brook horse.
Clydesdale?
It's just a weird magical Vaesen horse. I've seen it. I've read the thing about it. It's actually pretty crazy. And it will play a part, sort of.
Afraid of horses, just
Well,
like the trees.
Yeah,
Oh,
lost
God.
a master to the alluring song of the neck, which is a weird creature that plays a violin. Anyway, and served a household plagued by a changeling.
Oh shit!
Or some other thing. Actually, the changeling...
I like the changeling one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So picking that, apparently.
It's not working for Masters.
What's that? Oh, right,
His
that's
trauma.
not traumatizing.
This
No,
drama
he still-
is having to work
he
for
still,
me.
he still does it, so he's pretty tough, apparently. And now we choose Dark Secret.
secret.
John's, for the hunter, the options are you sold your soul, you cannot control your fits of rage, and has children with a Vaesen.
I think his
think
is
yours should
probably
be-
My dark
he's from the
secret will be.
future.
Yeah, from the future.
Okay.
No, there's no other choice. There's no other right answer. Considering what we've built here.
I need this framed when we're done because it's just
so
insane.
fucking good.
Well, the audio will always be there.
Oh, we don't know that.
That's very true.
Oh, man.
Nate's, these ones are very good. Your dark secrets: addicted to drugs, stole or falsified documents to get research results, or hunted by a Vaesen.
I could definitely see you stealing
Drug
documents.
addict. I do a lot of that stuff already.
You're a
though.
rich
All
kid
of
that
my
cheated
guys-
In real
way-
life?
How many drunks?
No,
you've
I've
played and
Yes, drunks and dudes that eat moon cabbage and
Yeah,
shit.
try a
I'm
sober
done with
guy
that.
for once.
Yeah, fuck. I'd be playing out of character then.
Yeah,
I'm just
very
kidding.
true. That's
Yeah.
very true.
I think Hunted by a Vaesen is interesting as fuck to me.
Okay, and then we'll let you deal with what that means.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And
Maybe I should change my talent to being your guard.
What did you actually pick again?
Or tough as nails instead of loyal.
Oh, right. Oli, your dark secrets: you murdered someone, persecuted for your religion, or spied on a foreign power. Spied for a foreign power.
He murdered someone.
Murdered.
Yep.
You know it.
I need to change my talent to tough as nails
Do it.
now.
Do it.
You
Then.
can, absolutely.
do it.
Murdered someone. Oh man.
The changeling.
It's gain +2 to force when fighting unarmed. So, next up, this is a fun one, actually. Well, they all are. Choose your relationship with each of the other PCs. Okay, so John, you don't know these guys.
At all.
But is there any way that you are aware of them because of the sit rep that you got did give you some insight into who you're working with? So
But
you
why
know
are
them.
we working together? That would be the connection.
The why is really what you were sent to do.
Yeah.
So how would they know?
We wouldn't.
They actually don't. So honestly,
How is this set up without being a spoiler?
I have a perfect idea. So for your relationship with both of these guys and for you guys with him, you should just write "just met."
That makes
That's
sense
your
to me.
relationship.
Yeah.
It's brand new.
yeah.
Yep.
That seed was just now planted in the soil.
Perfect.
I need to know. Oh my god.
So now the important thing then is, or the lingering connection is, Oli to Masters. Which
And that
we kind
one's
of
pretty-
we've established that.
Yeah.
He's literally his butler.
My manservant,
Yeah, he's a spoiled rich kid and his butler.
What's your name?
Timothy Allen Masters.
Just put Tim Allen.
Oh god.
Tim Allen, or Masters.
Master.
Finally, or not finally, we have 2 more steps. 11, we roll for mementos.
Cool.
The Fresh Maker, not a sponsor. So you're gonna we have to roll finally.
Yay!
John,
Here's
roll
some sixes.
D66, just 2 of them. Determine which one of them is going to be your 10 spot.
Red.
Before red, okay. So a
24.
So you have a monkey's skull, and these are going to be things that you have at the moment that you that you'll know. They're the things you have for the sessions. For
sure.
Now, what is about this monkey skull?
That's all you. It's just a thing. The memento itself.
There's no abilities attached to it. It's just a fucking literal memento.
Well,
think
okay.
so,
So it says
yeah.
your archetype specifies what equipment you start with.
Oh my god, I know what I'm
No,
gonna
no.
do.
Your memento is part of your character. Feel free to weave it into your personality or background. It can be broken or lost during a mystery, but by spending 1 experience point, you can have it returned or repaired in time for the next mystery. You may also choose a new one, but in that case, you must first play a full mystery without a memento. You can use a memento to heal a condition by interacting with it. That's exactly what it is. Explain how you
Oh.
use the item in question. Game Master has the final say. That's it. So the monkey's skull is a kind of a healing item for you. Very weird, but that's on you to figure out what that means.
Oh, no.
Nate, for Tim, give me a D66. And reds or 10s.
Yep.
32.
You son of a bitch.
You have a beautiful fiddle passed down in the family.
Nice.
Yeah, that works.
Good luck
really
carrying
well.
that around everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got a
And then, of
servant.
course, Levi. Oh, right, that's true.
46.
46, you have a sunstone cut mineral. You just have a piece of rock.
That's what you use to murder the person.
I mean, maybe. It's on him to really determine what that means. And then the last thing, well, not the last thing, because we do have to do that quick little level up decisions. Choose equipment. And the equipment is determined by your class, or by your archetype. I keep using the wrong word. So for John, it says rifle, hunting knife, or hunting dog, hunting trap, or hunting equipment. Obviously, the rifle.
Oh my god.
And the
Wait.
you don't have the dog. Or do you?
No.
No, your dog didn't get
No,
sent back
you
with
never you didn't have a dog.
Oh,
yet.
Regina didn't come out.
But I
yet.
could find one.
I saw you.
You
canonically,
can find one
you
in
always
game,
have
then
a
you can
dog.
have
Oh
the
my
Oh, okay, all right,
my
all right.
God.
So what are my options? What do
Right,
I...
you have a rifle. That one's guaranteed.
Yeah.
A hunting knife, because I'm not going to allow you to pick the hunting dog. Because we're not selling a dog through time. They cannot handle that. And then you get to choose. I say hunting equipment rather than the hunting trap. Whatever that means is what it means.
I imagine I'm wearing actually stuff from that time period when I got
Wait, do you
sent
have to
back.
choose-
You're probably
But
dressed
it's
real
woods-
similarly to this
yeah, it's
dude.
woodsy.
You know what I mean?
It's
You
just
look like a
woodsy
hunter.
stuff. Yeah.
Do you get all of that?
You get, well, it says rifle, hunting knife, or hunting dog, hunting trap, or hunting.
Gotcha.
The ors are toggles.
Okay.
So then that's you then.
So I've got the rifle, hunting knife, and hunting equipment.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Dope.
Okay, and then so for Nate, for the academic, your options are book collection or map book.
Map book.
Okay. Writing utensils, not an option. You just get that. And then liquor or slide rule.
Or what?
Slide rule. It's one of those rulers with slides on it.
Oh.
I feel like all the hand gestures in that really bad example or description was enough.
Regardless, yes. It sounds like such a weird thing to.
He's an academic. Who knows what he's doing?
Right.
He's measuring shit and whatnot.
You may need it.
I don't know what you'll need it for, but if you want to pick it,
Yep.
or the liquor.
No, I'll
It's
do
going
the
sober.
rule.
Right.
And then what was the middle thing? Writing equipment.
Writing utensils.
Okay.
And that's it. Oli. Revolver, not an option. There's no
Nice.
choice. That you just get that. Second thing is hurricane lamp or makeup. I feel like we know what you're picking.
Definitely the makeup.
A hurricane lamp.
Yeah.
Didn't even wait.
The last thing is field kitchen or simple bandages.
Kitchen.
He's
There we go.
just like, I need a sandwich. Right away, sir.
He's
Busts
a
out
good
his
cook.
backpack. He's got a
Yep.
fucking Coleman gas.
Beautiful. I'm so down with this.
Okay.
It's like a Pokemon adventure.
It might be. No, it definitely won't be. Okay, that is literally fully created characters now.
Yeah.
That's very fun.
Now let's boost them.
Right, exactly. When you have gain 5 XP, you can buy in advance. This means that you may increase the value of a skill by 1 step or buy a new talent. You can never have more than 5 in a skill, but there is no limit on how many talents you can purchase. Also note that you are free to choose any talent you want, including those pertaining to other archetypes. Okay, so now that we're ready to level up these characters, we have to figure out what we're supposed to do. John will get to advance twice, and that means that he can either add a skill or add a point to a skill by 1 step, or buy a new talent. And he gets to make this choice twice, essentially. So, John, do you want talents or do you want more skill points, essentially?
What talent would make sense for me?
Well, you
There's
have
Bloodhound.
Those,
There's other. You can pull them from other ones, can't
Yep,
you?
there's a list of general.
I'll let you pick a wily talent for me, considering what's happening,
Okay.
and then I'll upgrade one of my skills here.
All right, yeah. What did you pick before?
Bloodhound.
You picked Bloodhound. Okay.
I'll give the GM a chance to play in the world of John's head.
That makes sense. I appreciate that. I was reading these the other day. I really liked defensive. Each turn you get 1 extra action that may only be used to dodge or parry.
Ooh.
Keeps you fucking live, man.
Damn, hell
So I would
yeah.
give you that one.
That's your.
And then I'm
combat
going to upgrade
awareness.
my close combat. Oh,
Combat
fuck, it's
awareness.
cannon!
It's making sense.
Oh my god.
See, exactly.
And along with that,
There's-
I'll upgrade the close combat then to 2.
also, how about this? This is a better idea. Rather than bumping that up,
Okay.
take the combat trained talent as well, which gives you +2 to close combat and force when parrying.
Nice.
So you put that shit together.
Oh, my.
That's
Holy
combat
shit.
awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the 2 talents?
Defensive and combat trained.
Oh man, I like that.
Defensive gives
Each turn you get one extra action that may only be used to dodge or parry, and combat train gives you +2 to close combat and force when parrying. So it's a toggle on that, but you have combat train makes that is a toggle to allow that +2, obviously, but defensive fortunately gives you one more chance to toggle it. Pretty much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So Nate, same question, but half the answer. You get one choice.
For these general skills, are there? Because you've been going through this list.
This is
too.
the entire list. It's this page here. Those are the generals.
Perfect. Because I can easily. Ooh.
There's some nice ones. And Levi, if you want to take a peruse of that as well.
I'll come over there and peruse.
Yeah. When you talk, they'll come back to your mic. All right.
Do you get one?
Yep.
So Nate, what did you pick for your advancement?
I picked contacts.
Contact. So once per session, you can decide that you already know a certain NPC and that your relationship is a positive one. Game Master may disallow it if the contact would make the mystery less fun. Like, that'll happen.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and whenever we say session, we mean episode.
Yes.
Because a session for us is like 3 episodes at this point.
Yes.
So, I don't know. And honestly, you get to use these abilities more often than intended, honestly. So it's fine.
I'm totally down
And,
with this.
Oli, what did you pick?
Lightning reflexes.
Nice. So you can draw weapons without using an action.
Yep,
Very
because
nice.
I have a
Oh,
revolver.
but you're better with your hands.
That's a great point, actually.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, because it was either that or I was gonna do +1 damage combat something.
Pugilist. Deal 1 extra damage and fighting unarmed. I mean, I feel
That
like
would
that's...
benefit
That
him.
sounds.
Take that.
Oh, that sounds
That's
awesome.
That fits your character better.
Yeah.
Is that my under talents?
Pugilist.
Yep, that's your talent then.
Amazing.
Pugilist.
I like that a lot.
The
The other detail, and this is something that I'm going to create, actually,
Okay.
is that you guys work for, the two of you, rather, are going to be working for a group called the Society. There's a little more to the name than that, but that doesn't matter right now. And you guys are based in Uppsala, Sweden, and you are operating out of, by canon in the book, they call the place Castle Gillenkreuz. It was the name of the place that, see, the Society has kind of risen and fallen through over the centuries. And it's always the same. They're just people who have something called the Sight, which all 3 of you have. The Sight is your ability to see Vaesen.
And John has this?
He doesn't. He'll find out. He'll find that out soon enough.
What?
Yes. Okay, so
That's so cool.
the Society is essentially people who who fight these things, hunt them and fight them or whatever. And this face, I can't handle it.
I'm so excited.
I know you are.
John started off as like, I hate this guy. He's the worst character. I don't.
And now he's like this.
And now
he's
I'm
an
like,
R of the show.
I'll even name him John Cena.
Yeah. It was such a throwaway name,
Yeah,
and then it became important to us.
he's such a.
He's our iconic. He's our poster child.
Oh no.
No. So the Society has risen and fallen many times, but you guys, you specifically, and your manservant, you're trying to start it up again. And you've successfully done it. You've lost allies as you've been going on, and that's pretty much it. You can keep the name of the castle. I don't care. Castle Gillenkreuz is a cool name.
Yes, it is.
So maybe we'll keep it.
Gillenkreuz.
And it's something that as you guys play this game through more sessions, you would discover more about the castle. It's derelict, kind of.
dope.
And it's you've discovered like a small section of it. And I'm going to determine what of those aspects you get, because there is a headquarters sheet as well, which determines what those things are. And I'm just going to base it. I was going to base them entirely off of the characters that you've chosen and what makes sense for them.
Right.
You know.
This is crazy.
Yeah. So, and that's really it. And you'll see that stuff as we get there. So,
I'm totally down.
Let's start.
Yes.
so with that being said, let's take a quick break, and we got something special for you when we return.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Rolled Standard. The year is 1962. John Cena is driving down a road he knows well. It's about 1:45 in the morning. He's driving up this road that leads to a place called the Overlook. And it's a place where the department has a surveillance tower that can't be seen by the naked eye and overlooks the department itself. John is driving here because he was told by Director Smith to meet him there. And as John pulls up, he sees the director's car, and he sees Tom sitting on the hood, smoking a cigarette.
The headlights are on. It's a little foggy.
Yep.
He's such a badass.
You can see the lights of the department down below. You kind of up on top of the cliff. What do you do, John?
I'm gonna keep the engine running, and I'm pull up so I'm facing him, and I'll get out and I'll stand like 6 feet away so we both look cool in these headlights.
Yeah, that's pretty good. John.
Evening, sir.
Thanks for coming.
Well, you know me.
I have a problem, John.
Oh, that doesn't sound any different from the usual day.
This one's a little more personal, though.
Boy, okay?
He's fine. I have cancer, John.
Jesus, Tom.
Time cancer. Sounds ridiculous, I realize. The basics, John, are time is not linear, as you will hear over and over again in your life by those who are aware of that. But a person's lifetime itself is. And the rules that my existence lives by is complicated.
What are you implying, Tom?
Well, I suppose you need to know the whole story in order to fully make a decision. I'm immortal, John. I've been around hundreds of years.
Like me? Immortal to some extent?
No, more like when I die, I'm immediately reborn as myself again. As a child, knowing exactly what I knew when I died.
That's bonkers, Tom.
Yeah, tell me about it. Can you imagine being a toddler with 4 lifetimes of knowledge and the ability to speak because you had to learn how to use your new mouth, which is the same as your old mouth, but just as incapable as when it was last time you were that age? It's frustrating.
That sounds terrifying.
Unfortunately, it's going to end this time. This is the last lifetime, unless I can get rid of the chrono tumor. Terrible name, I know. How did you come up with it?
I just fight the bad guys, Tom.
Exactly why I need you. I need you to replace me. Not right now, but a while ago. You see, back in the late 1800s, actually, exactly 100 years ago today, which is why you're here now, I went to Sweden.
You've never been.
You will be. Well, you will have been. You see, I was sent there to help out a group called the Society, a very similar group as we were learning to... See, there was a point where I was a sheriff in this very town, actually. And about 20 years before that, I was learning the horrors of the world. I was sent by my superiors to Sweden to help, by request, by one of their clients, to kill a creature known as Yulbakken. Now, that may mean nothing to you. Unfortunately, about 80 years later, if this was not to happen, he would have joined forces with the Nazis. The Nazis were practicing the occult, learning to summon various creatures, this being one of them, and using his manipulative powers, if you will.
So the rumors were true.
Yes. Almost every rumor you have ever heard has ever been true.
That's insane.
Yeah, you're telling me. Tom drags off his cigarette and stares off into the darkness of the night. So, what do you say, John? Ready to go to Sweden?
I mean, yeah, do I just jump on the next flight, or...?
No, we've got arrangements made.
Oh.
Obviously, you can't fly into the past. Yet.
Oh.
Well, maybe soon.
So you talking, like, another car?
Sure. And as you say that, you hear another vehicle coming up the road, and you see a department van. You recognize these black vans.
I wouldn't imagine a van would be a good time traveling vehicle, Tom.
Better than you think. The van stops, and the van door slides open, and you see a couple agents come out of it. One of them you recognize very well, your brother-in-arms, James McCready. John?
Hey, what are you doing here?
Hey, Tom got a hold of me. I'm here to just pick you up, man. Sometimes you're just a taxi.
Oh, all right. John will step into the van. Is it like the back door?
Yeah, pretty much. As you walk to the van, Tom stands up from sitting on the hood of the car. John.
I'll turn around.
Thank you.
You make it sound like I'm not coming back.
You might. You have to. Canonically, you have to.
Oh, shit.
And with that, John turns and heads to the van. And as you step into the van, one of the agents, the not James McCready, pokes you in the neck with a syringe.
What do you do, James?
Good luck, kid.
And puts the bag over your head in darkness.
I'm imagining it's like fucking horse tranks.
Sure, yeah.
Gotta be for you.
See you next week.
Oh, no.
No sniff glue.
Wait,
Yeah.
I want to know more.
Nope, not this time, friend. All right, Nate back here at the end of the episode. Figured that we'd start doing this at the end so you could get right into the action. Anyway, just a couple of updates. You can find us on pretty much all the socials now. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, all of it. Just got to look for the Rolled Standard. Secondly, we have a store now. We're constantly putting out new and at least what we think are awesome new merch ideas. And lastly, really, we have a Patreon now with 2 different tiers. Our $5 standard bearer tier gives you Discord access and voting power on what we play next in the main feed. At our $10 tier at DPick Agent, you get all of those same things, plus bonus Patreon episodes and voting power on what we play next on Patreon. If you're interested in any of that, just find us on patreon.com/therolledstandard. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and don't sniff glue.
Yep.
Sorry, I had a squirrel in my throat.
Gross.
Yep.
Good throat and squirrels. No, okay. He would have joined forces with the Nazis. Or rather, they would have... It's so hard to take this seriously.
You just got to get it out, man.
It's a stupid story.